such a good teammate, one of the best teammates I ever had. He's willing to do anything. You heard it from Potter herself. A perfect role player, bro.
And that's really all you could ask for in a situation like this. G2 on the attacking side. Evil Geniuses in their first match of kickoff with an opportunity to silence the new kids on the block. Remember, G2 joining the fun as the 2023 Ascension winners. Running this early comp on Sunset. You've got that Viper wall splitting the site in half. A deep dart already cleared out. Not much else going on for EG so far.
Absolutely. This is something you're going to see a lot in this matchup right now is EG fighting for this A control, keeping the fade there, recycling utility, having the breach stuns there. Looks like APOT's going to get first contact here in mid.
I mean, instantly right on cue, that fault line out from Nature to challenge that fight and set his teammate up. And you already see, you were just talking about the reusable utility. That's already a factor in this situation.
Absolutely. G2 now, understanding that they baited out the breach stun. They can go for the hit now. Very important.
Yeah, they have a little time window here in which they could do that. The refreshing of the smokes already, and then you've got the trip and the cam on the other side.
Poison's on.
But Net baiting out the rotations from EG, and that causes the mid push here.
30 seconds left.
B's completely open, Doug.
They should know that that's the case here too. You see the drone clearing out the trip. They start to wake their way out onto the site. The spike planted, and you already see some hesitation and some concern on the flank that could be coming. You've got APOT who's sitting just on the other side of spawn. Two members from G2 concerned and ready. You've got a trip to deal with as well. The Haunt's gonna come up over the top. And now Evil Genius is sort of creeping their way out onto the site. Trent catches the timing perfectly. Wow! As Leaf gets another one. I don't know how you get away with kills like that when you're stunned, but either way, numbers advantage in favor of G2. A 4v3 as the spike ticks away. Valorant gets two massive kills. Superman falls. G2 get the pistol.
Clean post plant from G2 and good awareness of that lurk. I don't know if that's prep or just previous scrims, but being aware that APOT likes to go for that late flank. Perfect from Trent there, getting him off guard.
Well, I mean, they were so ready for it too. It wasn't just Trent. It wasn't just Trent who was sitting there watching. You saw Valen was looking back for a little bit, expecting that flank, and they read it perfectly. So an excellent start for G2. They burned the clock a little bit. They baited out a lot of utility and then decided where they wanted to strike.
Well, look at this, Doug. This is looking like a trap play on the B main. Omen flash, breach stun off of contact. We saw this yesterday.
Oh, there it is, the cam should spot. And you said it just right. They've got the nade that's going to push out as well. Jogamo does get a little bit of damage done, finds some value. Nature still playing here.
Leaf sitting on 13 HP and Valen sitting on 48 HP.
I mean, this setup was brutal to deal with. Ultimately, they were able to navigate their way through. The gun advantage helping out here for sure. Drone out, Superman has to take a slight step back. Derek rotating over.
Not trying to cut any corners is G2. They don't want to lose any more guns into this round, Doug. They have all the info now. Fade and spawn. Bomb's going down right now.
Oh! Wasn't even a double face. I thought there'd be a little help over the top, and Derek did some damage.
Wow.
Jonah P avoids disaster.
And that's a W round right here from EG.
They drop four guns out? Yeah.
Beautiful. Vandal save from Jonah P though. Full buy coming in from both teams. And this is something you don't really see often, Doug. No bonus round here from G2, opting to just go straight away.
One down. Spike down B. Last player
replay
standing.
one more time. There's Jonah P.
Nice.
Managed to save what could have been a rough start to things, all things considered. Back into the action. You see no ults really online anytime soon. You mentioned the full buy on both sides. Light armor for everyone on the side of G2 here. This is a big, I mean, yeah, they had to invest because they lost so many, but they've got Bulldogs, they've got Vandals. Really the whole way.
Very dangerous round. Is EG aware? That is the question. Are they aware of the full buy? Or are they thinking there's just one Vandal on the board for G2?
Early Haunt out from Derek.
Good spam.
Yeah, the first piece of resistance.
Here comes the info.
Dog catching on one, the fadeaway onto Trend as he has utility caught out and leaves there to punish. They've established control on elbow. EG now scrambling to try to get back towards A.
They just cut noise, Doug. Getting a raise rocket. This could be huge into this round. Re-aggro coming here from EG onto this elbow area.
I I mean, a bonus here would be a dream start for G2.
But this is huge here, Doug.
Showstopper invested, clearing every little angle he can. No resistance will be found. And the spike is still not out.
30
It's
seconds
still
left.
just now making its way over to the site. You wonder if G2 are going to want to take this fight into spawn. They're crept real far up. The dart on the other side of the smoke as it dissipates. The swing comes out from Jogamo. Valance there to greet him. Leaf joining in on it as he gets 3 on the round. That should be it unless Apoth can pull off a miracle. Ned and Leaf both weak. So it's not out of the realms of possible, but Ned saves it. G2 with a massive 3-round lead early on.
Very, very doable, but nevertheless, G2 looking great. They understood from that re-clear utility onto elbow, that breach flash, that they were going to leave the site. And Leaf looking really good at the start of this game so far.
And, you know, there was a lot of conversation last time we saw this team play about, you know, does Leaf feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Is he going to be slotting into this roster well? Because it wasn't the Leaf that we expected, or at least have grown to know. This feels much more like the Leaf we saw last year.
And you know what is so dangerous about this G2 roster is I feel like they didn't have Trent online. They didn't have Leaf online for their last matchup against Crew. And they still won, beating a Kesnet who was going absolutely Super Saiyan mode on them. So if these guys play even half of how they normally play, this is going to be a very hard game and an uphill battle for EG.
That hill's already 3 rounds high with the potential for more. You see the buy for the defensive side. It's just pistols. They don't have nearly as much firepower on the other side of this.
I want to point out how cautious G2 is on these eco rounds. They're really trying not to get ecoed. It's so important because getting ecoed in a game like this just ruins all momentum, ruins your economy. It is not a good feeling for you in game. And it looks like they're ready for every single piece of aggression that EG has been throwing their way so far.
And it feels like such a testament to Valen and his calling style. You know, there were interviews last week about how it feels like he's just micromanaging every single chess piece on the board. And you see how that discipline, I think that's what that results in. But Superman able to get one onto Valen. I'm not really sure. And they've got it over there. He's gotten a second with the classic. Not able to convert on the third. A little bit of damage has been done, though. Financially, G2 should be in good straits, assuming they can win the round, and that's far from a guarantee. A clean snap out from Trent to get things to a 1v2. Nature trying to isolate the gunfight. 42 HP left. They're both going to hit him at just the right time. Trent gets the third. G2 continue to roll.
Superman finding such an insane timing on that flank, making it costly for G2. But G2 so good with these trades right now.
Yeah. Again, the discipline, that they play so well together. And, you know, again, I want to go back to the conversation we were having with Valen last week about how they have to grind through some of this stuff. And ultimately, in his opinion, it makes the team better. They're better bonded. They're more cohesive in their attempts. And you saw some of that there.
Definitely did. Look, another slow pace round from G2.
Meanwhile, on the side of EG, you've got an op in the hands of Superman. Don't know if there's going to be a challenge early on, as G2 seem to be focused on establishing some control across the middle of the map.
Fought looking to grab this aggro line. Cam spots him. They know that Omen is hopping on B now. What is the reaction from G2? Looks like they're going to work up mid. Very smart.
Nature has a fault line here, but he's really kind of on his own. You've got Superman who's joining the fray very quickly. That's an op up close. And that's not the right weapon in that situation. You see Leaf trying to satchel back and create some space. He cannot. Ultimately falling, but G2 still with a numbers advantage. The site is entirely open.
So clean from G2. Leaf going up on the box, making Superman have to look at multiple different angles with that op. Almost securing the trade, and the Sobalt coming in as well on contact. Just to seal the deal. Fatal invested here. I don't know if I agree with this, Doug.
Yeah, it's not going to tag anyone either. But they follow the carpet that has been laid. Derek looking for any target he can find. The dart has been cleared out. No ults on the side of G2 to have to worry about here. That they're going to have to get through the defenses that are posted up back in band. And so far, they've done just that, unless Jonah P can be the hero once more. Derek's gotten it to half, and that's all it's going to be. Jonah P with 3, G2 gets a 5.
Wow. And Jonah P not missing a beat. Bringing on his momentum from his last series. He was the MVP of that game. And he's looking great right now. honestly, G2 as a whole, looking really on point.
Yeah, they look really clean.
And look at that.
There's that high angle you were talking about.
And that Sobalt coming up.
One enemy remaining.
Beautiful shots from Jonah P to close out the round.
I'm coming. Wait. Ready?
Honestly,
Nice, Jonah.
for a 3v4 retake, it looked good for a little bit from EG. Good utility. Breach C to get the guy from map out. Raise nade to get the guy from the close right cubby out. And I agree with this pause. It's a perfect timing and time. It's great, but really good ults up here for EG.
Yeah, just don't have much guns to work with. It's one issue. You've got 3 Stingers, light armor on 4. Superman.
Another trap play this time. Wanting them to be a little bit more committed.
Get him.
I wonder if he's going to try to find a late timing through mid like we saw a couple of rounds ago. There's the paranoia, and Apoth is going very aggressive. The nade over the top. You've got the breach utility that's throwing them all over the place. Now you have the neural theft to consider as well.
That was a great counter flash from Valen to deny that aggro. And there it is. G2 aware that Derek likes to play this elbow area. I think he's played it almost every round so far.
Yeah. Even going all the way back to the pistol.
Great punish.
Getting a really good read on the situation now. Leaf is the only one who's kind of lagging back while EG are sending all of their members through mid.
And how often do you see a solo Raze holding the lurk? Usually the Razes are the entries, but
Yeah, they're the ones on site.
this is unpredictable right here.
And the trip is going to give things away.
Yeah.
He doesn't know yet, but Leaf should get a gorgeous timing on this.
And I wonder if G2 is doing this on purpose. They want him to hunt for these kills because he's already close to another showstopper.
You're right. He's only 3 points away. He might not get the opportunity, though. It might end up being Ned who's going to have to deal with the 3-man pressure waiting on the other side of this wall. There's the trip. The first falls, the flash in the face doesn't matter as he gets a second. Not a ton of time here. Nature's going to upgrade a weapon. That's another round for G2. I mean, this snowball just keeps rolling, man.
Yeah. And when in doubt, spray it out, you know? Full blind there. He's holding mouse one his net. If I was G2, I would have loved to get an orb on Lee for Trent, who would have had his Viper ult up for this round. Still good. I mean, the second one.
I don't know how he gets away with that.
There it is.
6 rounds in a row for G2. An opportunity, perhaps, for Evil Geniuses to stifle some of that now. Up in the hands of Superman once more. And as you mentioned in the previous round, Dre, some good ults to work with. Dude, this wall just counters any early eye here.
Yeah, a little bit more aggression here, though, with the Raze being here. They are going to fight this. Jogamo getting first contact.
And getting the first kill, but G2 instantly respond.
Look at the trades.
Nature has to take a step back. You got Superman who's joined commits the ult. Remember, he's the one who has the op. As Nature's trying to dance around blind and deaf and not able to hear a thing, having to deal with the nade at his feet, and then having to deal with Leaf 2. Not gonna connect. The shot from Superman is clean though, and he gets away. With the rocket at his feet, somehow stays alive, but even through those heroics, EG find themselves outnumbered and outgunned yet again.
And that's just so tough for Superman there. Knows he has to get another kill to even the players out. He gets punished for it. Jonah P never gonna miss those shots. Not when he's this dialed in.
No. I mean, the start to the season that he's had has been ridiculous. They are gonna pick up the op though and get away. Apoth will carry it into the next round. G2 will get to 7. And it really just feels like they're doing whatever they want on this map.
Yeah. And again, punishing that A aggression from EG. And to be fair, EG they have to take control of something when you have this breach comp.
Yeah, for sure.
You cannot just stay stagnant. So I like what they're trying to do. It's just the execution is just not there at the moment. Could be from nerves, could be from, honestly, G2 just being on point right now, trying to prove something.
And they've made quite the statement early on. You see some of that early aggression that you were just talking about, and there's an attempt. You saw Nature's fault line there. Tried
it was a little late.
Yeah, it was just a second late. So the ideas are there, as you were just mentioning, Dre. It's execution. It feels like that's what's lacking. See what they're able to do here. Superman has the op once more. Maybe this will be it. Early Satchel here. He's going to get aggressive.
Is he going to rock it? Nice little set play, but look at G2.
Dude,
they're all in spawn.
I mean, they freaking read it.
They're so aware.
They had the they had the suck, they had the rocket, they had everything there.
5 people, and they haven't left T-spawn. And what is that angle from Superman?
Where is he?
I did not even know you could see spawn from here. And Trent still challenging.
Okay.
Even he was confused. Where'd that shot come from?
I think we all were.
Cheeky little set play.
So the op finding some value. It was off of the early aggression. I'd love to see that set play one more time because it seemed like there were a lot of layers to it. It looked
That
like
was
there was
so
the fault
cool.
line. Yeah, the raised rocket, the suck, everything was there. And then allowing Superman to reposition. And you know, you mentioned it at the beginning. It felt like G2 was prepared.
Yeah.
They were playing back in spawn. They knew something was afoot, and it still finds us in a 3v3.
It's so crazy that EG had an extra layer on top of that. They knew that that they're pushing the enemy team all the way back into spawn, and then they have Superman posted up on that top box that can see deep into spawn when they back up. It was really sick to watch that, and they're cooking with that.
30 seconds left.
Apoth is in a really good position here, but remember, he's just got a stinger. From that distance, well, never mind. The distance works. He's got... Oh, does he commit? He does. Just Net and Jonah P on their own. Jonah P with ult, but really not in a position to do anything with it. 3 HP as he's been battered, he's been beaten, but he's now the last one standing. EG finally find themselves on the board.
Yeah. Momentum. Here we go. EG gonna be hype after winning that round.
It took a lot. I really hope we get to see that set piece again.
Yeah, I really want to see this angle from Superman on their top box because that really set up the end of the round there.
Oh, 1000%.
Look at this angle, man. Oh, we didn't get to see it, but that was sick.
Unlucky.
There it is. Hype coming out from the EG squad. Jagamo smiling. That's dangerous for G2.
There's still
when
a long...
you see that man smiling.
Yeah, there's still a long road to recovery here, though.
Yeah.
Still down 6 rounds. You've got a ton of money on the side of G2. A couple of key ults online. They've got a lot of things at their disposal.
And if I'm G2 right here, I'm just trying to get that bomb down, get the Viper ult down. Whatever it takes, I can invest my soul vault into this. Wow.
A little aggressive out from Leaf, trying to punish on the tag.
But across the map, Trent besting Derek again. And that opens up the entire map. All info gathered now. And they're leaving the lurk here.
They might know, though. That nade,
Wow.
yeah, he was done. Jonah P had nowhere to go.
Spike planted.
Meanwhile, again, on the other side of the map, the pit has been invested, the spike has been planted, Nature does have a rolling thunder. Valent's in a good spot to potentially hit a late flank. You're gonna have to deal with Apoth's trip. But for now, you imagine EG, given how dry this half has been for them, are gonna invest everything they can to make it happen. The satchel straight into the pit. Jogamo looking to find the prize. Targeted, no! Trent stunned, gets him back. Nature on the trade, though. 3v1 now. Net's gonna have to do it on his own. He's gotten it down to 1v1. The cage, Net, cool, calm, collected, but Apoth is sticking it the whole way. He stops, gets to half. He had it the whole time. Oh, but stops.
Oh no. Net so happy he won the 1v1. He didn't even run out of the bomb range.
I mean, he had the defuse. Had he stuck it, they win the round.
I think that's just a little bit first match nerves coming from the rookie.
Surely we get a replay of that one. Evil Genius just calls the timeout, and that's going to give us a chance to take a look at this once more. Yeah, this was really nice. The drone tagged the member who was trying to get away out towards Market, and Leaf went out to punish, who's just greeted with an op on the other side. This is nuts. Trent with the pit, finding it. And Apoth, man, to have that back.
He was so close. And Superman on this op, he's actually been hitting some nice shots.
Yeah, he has. He's back on the judge now, though. Not going to be a factor here. Perhaps something aggressive. You got Superman playing up very close on the barrier. The smoke to cross. Forget about crossing. He's just going to go in.
And this is so oppressive.
Are they expecting it? 2 fouled. The third falls. Spam on the other side ends up being his demise.
Beautiful from Supa.
I have the spike.
And man, I think I've seen this guy do this play about like 10 times in scrims and it has never failed.
Yeah, you've been on the receiving end of it a few times
I
too.
was on the receiving end of it, I can confirm, and it was not fun. It's never fun getting killed by the judge.
No.
And then the third through the smoke.
Yeah, that
he's
feels
just spamming
bad.
at that point, you know?
Yeah, that feels bad.
Rubbing dirt on the wound. See if they can bring this back, though. A 2v5 would be insane.
I mean, they've got the guns for it. And they're deep behind enemy lines. Apoth's timing is going to find everything he could want. The fall line there to drop Jonah P. Net once again left against the world. The dink onto Apoth looking for more. A judge and a sheriff. And that's all it takes. EG punch back.
Nice.
Games are a funny thing.
Nice. And if I'm EG right now, every round matters. It doesn't matter if you're getting blown out.
Oh,
you
for
need
sure.
to win as many as you can just to have something going into the next map. And they're not out of this by any means, don't get me wrong.
Last player standing.
But it does look like that G2 is just on another level. Mechanically,
Nice, let's go, Derek.
strategically at the moment.
Good shit, 5 minutes. Hey, 5 minutes.
I like that. I like the energy that I'm hearing from EG.
Yeah, feeling a little loose.
Go. A lot of mid aggro, and Giacomo just sneaks into here, Doug.
I mean, Apoth is close by as well, but they aren't really in a position where they can help each other. Meanwhile, Derek is finding success. You know, he had been picked on a couple of times back there. Superman's finding 2. You mentioned that any round is a good one for Evil Geniuses. This seems like another one.
Superman is just a LAN animal. I've got to see the pleasure of this guy playing in international lands all over the world, China, Brazil, on my team. I know what this guy can bring to the table, and he's stepping up big for his team right now. That veteran experience.
We'll see if Net and Jonah P can do anything to respond. It's all into Jonah P now. Remember the heroics. Remember the massive moments he's had so far. Potentially the makings of another one, but he doesn't realize they're going to challenge him. Oh, he heard the jump. He knows they're there. But Derek shuts him down.
Derek, too sharp.
Last round.
Great
in the
ults
half.
coming online for EG. 4 ults. Raise Rocket, Fade ult. Omen TP for the quick rotate. Here's the replay, Superman.
Oh, wow.
Perfect timing on that swing.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
That's the Superman we want to see.
Nice.
That's the Superman Evil Geniuses need.
Boys. Let's do.
Doesn't have to be pretty,
Another
as long
set
as it
piece.
works.
Yeah.
Take a look at that. A Nightfall, aggressive early. 2 Prowlers used to try to push them off of that A main control.
Nobody on B at all.
No, but I think the thing is, EG did a really good job of concealing how many people were part of that early trap, because they're still thinking there's somebody on B. That's why they invested the showstopper. That's why they're a bit timid and rolling out onto the site to begin with.
What kind of post plant do we see here? We have been seeing GT playing out quite a bit with Leaf playing in alone.
Yeah.
He gets spotted out here, though.
EG still have
Interesting smoke.
Giacomo's ult. Right on cue has been used. Leaf's
clear
tucked.
this?
Leaf's tucked. Oh, but he's gotten into the smoke. How much more can he get away with? Doesn't sound like the rocket found any value, but Giacomo continues to push.
Oh
2 fall. Valen on the swing out. What a response from EG.
A slow start, but winning back-to-back rounds here. And Giacomo really heating up. That's the job we know from last
Switching
year.
sides.
That's the champion. The spray down.
Dude, him getting into that smoke. You think about it, if he gets popped by Leaf at the very beginning, he doesn't get those 3
Done.
kills. And it's an entirely different situation. It does not sound like we're going to get to look at that one. We're keeping this thing competitive because it had all of the makings of getting out of hand.
Yeah. This pistol round's so important. Already leaning towards this A. A little bit of mid control, though.
I don't think that dart tagged anyone. There was a dart that hit back A main where 3 members of EGR, and I don't think it tagged anyone because of that one way.
They all had hit in the one way.
Yeah, a little bit of false info. And that should give EG a lot of room to work with A.
And it does look like it. Oh, but EG's second guessing themselves. Now's the timing they need to take.
Unawares of what's waiting on the other side. Meanwhile, it seems like a fight is afoot across mid. Leaf closing the door. Derek understanding there's at least somebody close by. They're putting so much respect into the middle of the map. You got Valen, who's waiting almost by spawn. And you're right, I don't know what it was that EG saw or felt or read, but there's enough hesitation and enough doubt to where they could be very well missing this window they had.
So slow. Derek purposely showing his position in mid to keep people there.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to be post plant versus retake, 5v5. How much value can Derek get in this mid flank?
That much. A 2K.
Couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, answering the question at just the right time. He's being surrounded, a bit overwhelmed as Trent cleans him up.
And he did good damage. Net sitting at 55 HP, Trent armor gone. One-shot headshot range for anybody with a ghost.
Superman, who's had the hot hand, is going to be the first they have to deal with. The
One
paranoia
enemy
and then the smoke
Nature.
nature from over the top cleans up with 2 of his own. Valorant left alone. Time is of the essence. It's not on his side. He's going to have to make moves if he wants to pull this thing off. Dancing around the fault line, but not able to dance around the spam from APOC.
Just like that, we got a game on our hands, Doug.
They're keeping it close, man. Again, 4 of the last 5 to close out the half. The pistol, all of a sudden, that 0-7 lead
Yep.
that G2 had at the beginning feels like a distant memory.
Nice shots from Derek, heating up. What are those through the smoke, just spamming into CT?
Time
Nature
for a
got
break.
2. Yeah. Potter hype now. What kind of anti-eco are we going to see into this round? Are we going to see some aggro mid? Are they going to wait for aggression from G2?
We had our fair share of thrifties yesterday.
I don't know what it is with teams and just stacking early B on their anti-ecos on this defense side.
Does seem to happen a fair amount. That's exactly what's going on here.
Yeah. EG looks aware though. Are they going to dog into here or just
Hey,
hold off a contact?
They're just waiting. You imagine there's a pop on the other side of the trip. Superman not phased, Vito. Unreal.
This is not the player you want warming up against you.
Enemy
No.
remaining.
No, not when he's had the last couple of rounds. He's had a flawless round for EG.
Okay. Okay, Superman.
What's he up to now?
17 and 10.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they are just eco kills, right? Like he's supposed to win those gunfights.
Sure.
But the momentum that gives you as a player,
Yeah.
man, like if I'm getting those 3 kills, I'm feeling good going into every single round after this.
Yeah, 1000%.
And I can take over at that point, so.
A Bucky for Jogamo.
Airplane
no.
Bucky.
What is the plan here? A heavy stack towards B. I mean, everyone is here.
Look, very slow play. First 2 rounds now. EG going for the B pop on this bonus round. Changing the pace. It's the fastest round they've had so far.
That early smoke does such a good job at dissuading some of the early aggression. Leaf there to clean up APOC. You've got the dart back sight to confirm that players are out. But they're
Is he
really
running it
pacey
down?
with this. There's the Bucky. Not able to find anything. Leaf keeps him back. Jogamo and Superman were enough to be handled.
down.
And now Derek's left alone. 1 onto the Guardian. Leaf and Valen both weak. I don't know if they're going to be weak enough, though. There's still so much for Derek to deal with. He's got the spike in hand, and again, the discipline out from G2, not giving him any ones, not swinging out recklessly.
And this is Trent just literally yelling in comms. I'm behind. Just wait.
Yeah, I got the time. Can Derek find anything else?
Look at this discipline.
It's so impressive. Not an inch being moved. And that's exactly the right play.
Fundamentals. That's what G2 was talking about. So Valen was saying in his interview. Just because we are a core for such a long time and we already have fundamentals doesn't mean that we're going to shy away from finding new ones.
Wait for me.
And I honestly like the aggression from EG.
Oh, 1000%.
But the utility was just not there in time.
APOF contact.
Or it wasn't
You
correct.
stupid.
I saw Breach Flash come out, but
Bro, this-
by that time, Superman and Jaw were already dead.
It's too little too late.
Another 5-man here. Opting to take fast elbow control with satchels.
The paranoia on the left side. And you're right, a little bit pacey that way.
But 4 people already here from the likes of G2.
They didn't get the first trip from Ned either, so that's something they're going to have to deal with. The drone re-clearing elbow.
Huh.
It's going to be a little bit of confidence for Trent to at least throw a little shoulder.
I like that G2 isn't scared to take the space after the utility, even though they're aware that EG could be behind it. Hiding. And there's the Omen flash.
Oh, and they're going to swing out behind it. They're going to catch him. Yeah, Superman's done. Very nicely timed. The one problem is they had no control across the middle of the map. So APOC is in their spawn.
Apoth with serious lurk timing, but
There's no way they know. They can't know.
oh my gosh, there's a world.
Can Leaf and Jonah P do it? They're so separated right now, and there's really no way for Jonah P to get out. He's left on an island. Reinforcements are as far away as they could possibly be. But as the time ticks away, the reinforcements get closer and closer to arriving. Unaware of where he could be, he finds value onto the first, waiting for the challenge onto a second, and it's clean.
Spike down A.
Derek in a clutch situation.
They don't know where he is.
The element of surprise on his side. Jonah P's gonna get cleaned up.
Fatal online.
13 seconds left. The spike's not in hand. He's gonna have to get onto this. He's gonna have to do it quickly. And Derek does. The Red Bull clutch for EG.
Think they could scare me?
And that is all off of Apoth, taking that mid control,
Yeah.
as you said. Finding the window. Derek closing out the round.
Reply destroyed.
And what looked like disaster for EG, they end up bringing it back. That pre-fire from Jonah P was sick, but
Clutch.
Derek just closing out the clutch. And all momentum
That's my
has
fucking
been shifted. Oh, I heard something there.
It was a cold response too. You gotta remember, I mean, Derek made his name on clutch moments just like that. And it was something that quite frankly was lacking the last time we saw him on the stage. So it's good to see him get back into those big moments and be able to execute on them. Still find themselves down 2 rounds though. For G2, they've got a stinger in the hands of Leaf, but rifles. Other than that, and EG have gotten onto A. Apoth is dead.
Very smart from G2 to fully clear flank there, not letting Apoth get those shenanigans up mid again. That's a pretty fast adaptation to be made.
They still haven't committed to the plant.
Wow.
It's still in hand. Leaf is causing just enough delay with the ult. Ultimately, it was Valen who cleans it up, but they find the value they're looking for as the spike sits harmlessly on the site. Superman cannot convert. Leaf with 3 and G2 gets a 10.
That was a very heads-up play from G2. Clearing out Apoth in mid. They don't want to deal with that mid shenanigan.
Yeah.
And then going for the fast retake this time with Rocket. And Leaf having a great performance right now.
I think you see it here, how much chaos and how much pressure Leaf was able to apply just by his presence. I mean, just the fact that they had the ult, right? He could not commit, Jogmo could not commit to getting the spike down. It bought just enough time for them to flood out, as you were just mentioning. Now EG with a less than stellar buy to work with.
One off a breach ult though, and it looks like
Yeah?
they will be picking this up maybe as the hit is coming through after the breach util to have breach ult for the post plant. Free sight again in the airplane Bucky in full effect.
Remember, he's tried this already. Previously, it was with Superman TPing forward with him. This time does not have that by his side. Net patient with it. The Bucky once again goes down with a whimper. They invest a Rolling Thunder? Wow. They're going to push into this. Look at how far off Apoth is! The Stinger's great. Nature gets another one with his own utility, upgrades the weapon, and punishes a third. But Trent on the counter. Nature now left alone. Nothing but a classic in hand. But the spike planted 20 HP.
Only a classic.
It went over him. He's gonna find the timing.
Oh my gosh.
Can Nature get away with murder?
Airplane Bucky.
Upgrades the Bucky, but the knife is out, and that's the wrong weapon there.
Unreal. What a recovery from G2 because of the likes of Trent getting 2 through smoke. And what a great push from EG. I was confused too. I'm like, oh, we're in a 3v5, 3v4. We're committing this ult.
Honestly, as soon as I heard the ult, I was concerned, but then I saw Apoth's positioning. He was so far up. The swing was great.
Enemy remaining.
And honestly, man, those are, as you know, those are decisions that you make on the fly.
Yep.
That's not a set piece. That's not something you drill. That's, all right, we're pushing, go now. And it worked out great.
I like seeing that from a rookie in the league as well.
Yeah, me too.
Apoth being that confident, that alpha to actually just run through.
Yep.
No fear and create plays like that.
But ultimately, even that was not enough. G2 with the 4-round lead. They have 4 ults to work with. Now you've got an aggressive pit B main right at the beginning. Doesn't seem like EG wanted to deal with that whatsoever. Oh, he's going fast.
Fast clear this time.
Dogma's there to greet Jonah P investing the ult. Might get a kill on Superman and does.
How does he find Superman?
Valen does not stay, but they've drawn out the Roomba. They've drawn out the nade. And for now, that's what they're going to have to settle with. Apoth, once again, he's been a menace.
Look at how far up he is.
Is that going to be
Reactive
enough, though?
again.
Derek, patient with it. The first, not able to convert onto the second. Shot goes just a bit wide. But Jonah P with the possibility to close this round out. If you can deal with Apoth and his late lurk. He does get one. That's 3 on the round for him.
That's a huge kill.
A 2v2 now, and I feel like we find ourselves in this position a lot on Sunset, where members are just scattered across the map. Apoth falls. Net was just waiting, patient with it. He knew it was inevitable.
Very smart. Very, very smart from Net.
There's been a lot of talk about Nature and the potential that he has. Big moment here. Can he pull this thing off? A 1v2. He's got a fault line to play with 25 armor. No other utility to his name. What he does have, though, is the benefit of time. The spike has been taken away for a few moments now.
He knows now, Doug.
I mean, he's got to know. That's got to be enough for G2 to go aggressive with it. Net is at least going to get half. The spam drops. There's the fault line on the swing, but Trent went a little bit aggressive. He's going to stick it! Oh my gosh, Nature goes massive for EG!
So many players on this EG roster have this clutch potential.
That was so close to the defuse.
Yeah. Great heads-up awareness to spam the first guy.
And I think, again, there was so much time that had been burned that Trent really had no option there but to go to try to stick it. And when you've got the fault line, you've got the swing, I mean, the cards were set there, and Trent didn't have a good hand.
And it makes you think. First guy that got on the bomb, he could have defused from safety, but he
Yeah,
didn't.
potentially, yeah. Jogmo continuing to cause problems.
Oh, this room is going to be huge. And Nate!
Those two may be in trouble.
Oh.
Leaf tucking takes a little bit of damage. He's actually getting away with a lot here. I don't know that they invest anything else to clear him. Meanwhile, Apoth with the rocket. Or, excuse me, Jogmo on to Jonah P. Leaf. They're going to know. Oh, they don't know. It looked like he cleared it for a moment. You're right. Now Net and Leaf left to try to pick up the pieces as Leaf was surrounded. Now Net on his own, just the Sheriff. Snap onto Derek is clean.
Sheesh.
That's the first step of many to go, though.
Apoth has touched their spawn, I think.
Every single round.
Like every round that he hasn't died early.
3 on the round from him. You imagine a timeout maybe coming here soon, because they have not been able to deal with the constant pressure that Apoth has been able to apply.
And you could see that G2 is actively trying to stop this early A pressure, but
Yeah.
when you're running this comp against the breach comp, it's just so hard to win that battle. The breach util, fade util is just too strong paired with that raise when you're taking early space.
Oh, it's smothering.
Limits the places that you can play.
And a timeout has been called.
These trips. Play a little bit more of the retake on the actual site. Don't die early. Don't try to fight for that A space because you've been losing the fight almost every single time.
Jogmo's already gotten high ground. Their early flash and the satchel across are going to find a little bit of space elbow.
Love this spot from Valorant. A nice passive angle here. He can easily cheese a kill onto this lane.
If he gets challenged, yeah.
Here's the adaptation from G2. Take the B main space. Push all the way up. Secure the info.
Almost has to be like a blanket that's rolling across the site to make sure they've dealt with the late lurk. There was a slight pause, but EG now pushing their way out onto the site.
Smart reaction from EG. They saw the Roomba.
They're so patient with this. Nature's going to have the Rolling Thunder online, which is going to be massive in the post plant now. Valen not able to find a kill. A little bit of spam through the smoke. Has to give the position up.
Oh, no way. This is perfect.
That's going to push them all back. I don't think it caught Net, though.
Only got one.
And there's really no way for them to follow up on that. So it's not even about taking the fight to them. It's about just buying time. And that's exactly what they've done. You start to see the utility now flood over the side as Jogma somehow gets to. But Net on the trade. As Leaf pushes forward, tucked into the smoke. Superman against the world, trying to get a second. Jogamo there too. Valen left by himself, and it's not going to be enough.
What a post plant. And like you said, understanding that breach ult didn't connect on all the players, just using it for the stall, forcing the clock to go down, making G2 have to push through these site smokes that Superman is putting up while he's on top of that default box. Such a hard retake against that comp. And great reactionary play from EG right now. Understanding that G2 pushed B main. Okay, we can take A space now. If
Yeah.
anyone's there, there'll be one guy max.
Right.
1 to 2 people max.
Right.
Nobody's there. We know it's retake. Let's set up.
Another light buy for G2. You see the financial implications of how these last couple of rounds have gone.
And the stun is so brutal. It stuns all of lane and elbow.
It's gonna hit.
Look at this.
Just waiting for the camera
Off
to
the
get a
cam
little info.
contact.
Yeah.
G2 can actually see the corner without being seen by the camera, though. Let's see if Apop is aware here. Stun is still out. Will he ask for it? Stun will not be coming out anymore.
Meanwhile, there's a dog that just went out market, catching onto the first. And
That's
the
that
kill
off
comes
angle
through.
I was talking about.
You're absolutely right. I mean,
It's showstopper online now.
this setup has been cooking for a long time. There's so many people there. Does he get away with the second? How on earth has Leaf done that?
Great
Nature with
trades.
an excellent response.
Another timing through mid. And this is a huge gap that EG has been abusing.
I mean, they've been making this area of the map
No
their own.
way.
The dink onto net. They just don't have the guns to respond.
This mid area is just
I mean, it's EG's.
so crazy for EG.
They've made it their own. Can Valen pull this off? Does he have an ability to upgrade a weapon? Just has a stinger here. Does not seem to be interested in any other. Paranoia.
What a flash.
It's gonna hit both.
Spike planted.
He's gonna find them both. He
enemy
gets
remaining.
the first. He has to switch weapons. Right click, not connecting. Buying some time. Nothing but 3 bullets. Tries to grab the weapon and it's just out of reach. Derek with a massive round and we're tied at 11.
Closes it out. And like I said, the reactions from EG are just clinical. They know that they're not holding mid. They're finding all these timings, even with this early first blood from Leaf. And what seemed like a misclick from Superman. Excuse me.
No more one enemy.
I'm
Yeah,
cool with him like that. I'm cool with him like that. Yeah. Pulled out his flash on accident.
Yeah.
He did not mean to do that. And they still win the round. Heroics right now from the side of EG.
And it looks like there's a timeout for dramatic effect.
What was once the Superman show, he's only got 1 kill since that 3K on the bonus round. The anti-eco.
Frags by committee for Evil Geniuses. They find themselves tied up after the disastrous start. And they're in a fight now. Derek has his ult. Apop does too.
I think what you're going to see here is trying to set up Apop to get a lurk kill.
Again.
Get that Cypher ult down.
There.
And then hit a site together as a unit. This Breach comp's so good at that. So good at setting different players up for kills off the fault lines, off the flashes. Derek has an ult in this B split.
I mean, he can be a bully if the utility is used well.
And you don't even have to invest the stun.
I know, but the setup was there, right? The dog, if it latches, there's a swing, there's the fault line. It's so oppressive. They invest the Nightfall. It doesn't tag onto anyone, though.
A lot of info gathered from that fade ult.
Yeah, that hurts. That nade at his feet leaves him worse for wear. 58 HP, no armor left.
Really important here for EG to maintain this market control.
And
This is
really-
so oppressive.
And really important here for G2 to win this round. They don't have a ton of money. They've kind of got to convert here.
Great utility from G2.
Derek, the first to fall. There's a paranoia coming out from Superman as he tries to scale up. Net, who has not moved an inch, is rewarded for his patience. G2 just wiped the floor with EG there. Apos left alone. And you know he's on a flank somewhere. That's going to give him enough confidence to triple face, hold the defuse. G2 get to map point.
Huge round win there. And that all came off of Leaf and Valen on that retake.
Yeah.
Nading off Jogamo so he couldn't support Derek in the market. Omen Flash comes out onto the market guy. Easy kills. Easy kills for them. Look at this retake. Didn't even see the guy, knew he was there, spammed him. And that, he actually, you're right, he didn't move an inch that entire round. He sat in that corner, held it down.
With the nade in his lab.
Yeah.
Can G2 put EG away here? They finally break some of the bleeding. Jonah P has his ult online, and it seems like a very similar look defensively to what we saw in the previous round.
And you see the adaptations. No early A fight from the side of G2.
Yeah. Not really interested in it. EG, are they going to try to contact out?
Another
No.
B hit.
And it's open once more. Ned is in the exact same position as we saw in the previous round.
A lot of utility used here on this site hit for the likes of EG. Only one flash left, I believe.
He's dead. There's nowhere for him to go. Surely Nature gets the spike down. He swings out and gets the kill.
I know exactly where you
Cypher all coming out here.
4v3 in favor of EG, and the spike has been planted too. They can take a slight step back. The onus is going to be on G2 to reestablish control if they can. Now funneling out, now trying to take some of the space. 2 spits for Trent.
What a
Leaf
shot!
has already fallen. Derek once again answering the call for EG. Jogama on the swing. No, it's Trent with a filthy flick. Magnetic.
Great molly.
And they
did it land?
I know. It looks like it was just half a pixel short, leaving Jonah P by himself. A 1v3 would be a miracle with time so short. He gets onto the first, but that's all it is.
Unreal.
Overtime on the cards.
Unreal.
Switching sides. Overtime.
I opened
And
their
what we
mind.
thought was
Find
nerves
the-
in the beginning of the game, that's completely blown over. EG full steam ahead. What a comeback. Love that from Nature.
They're feeling it. They're feeling it here. First round of overtime. G2 on the attacking side. No early space taken from EG other than Jogamo, who's flirting with a little bit of it. But no challenge given. G2 seeming like they want to take some space mid.
Not backing down is Jogamo.
Dude, that fault, they're doing such a good job of setting up off that fault line. Anytime there's any fight whatsoever, a fault line is there.
Absolutely, and great reaction from G2 here. Understanding there is no fault line up for this market fight. The Omen Flash misses though, and it doesn't matter, Doug.
A-Pop does not. Took a little bit of damage, but walks away with the gunfight win, and now a momentary calmness settles over the map.
Derek very deep in this corner.
Do they clear him? They try.
Great trade.
He still gets his net 10 HP left.
Revealing area.
And once again, the round is thrown into disarray as you're seeing fights across multiple areas of the map. Jonah P cheeky with the challenging Superman and getting away with it. But A-Pop yet again! Valen left alone, 10 HP, has the spike in hand.
Cover going out.
Talk about being there for your teammate, huh?
A-Pop has just been nuts these last couple of rounds, man.
Superman delaying that fight for as long as he could. A-Pop getting 3 because of that. 10 HP for Valen here.
Oh,
it's so close.
somehow manages to dodge the damage, gets the timing on a Jogamo.
My ultimate is
1
ready.
kill left.
Watch
Battle of the
them
IGLs. The Mind's going toe-to-toe. Nature's gotten it to half. He's gonna stick it the whole way!
Wow! IGL versus IGL. Nature sticks it.
Switching sides.
No mind games.
Match point.
He's not playing those games of Valen.
No.
Ice in his veins.
I can't believe he got away with that.
And what great play from A-Pop being there. Look at this timing.
Headshot.
One enemy remaining.
They're just in time to get the trade.
Yep.
Gets a dink onto Valen as well. He easily could have gotten a collat there. Look at this guy. Rookie game, rookie year, first land, 20 and 18 on Cypher, nevertheless.
Not too shabby. EG have the lead for the first time all map. And maybe not a moment too soon. There's a 1 round away from taking a 1-0 series lead on their debut on this stage.
Look at EG.
And look at G2. Leaf with the opener with the op. Last cannon as he pushes his way forward. Trent seeming like they're not done with this map yet.
Very good adaptations from G2. Getting the op posted onto that market line to deal with any lurk in mid, whether that be Derek or A-Pop, who've been mainly there.
And man, they've
And then
been doing
Trent
a lot.
playing in front of his smoke this time, not playing full retake.
Yep.
Those are overtime plays right there.
there.
Great adaptations that they make.
3 seconds on fault line.
But we got 3 of the clutch gods right now playing together. And this, look at this flash off the tap. It's so clean.
It's hit them all,
Player standing.
but it's still not
Spike
enough.
planted.
Nature was able to pull off that 1v1 before, but a 1v4?
This is very hard.
This is borderline impossible. But potentially the makings of a miracle, but it's not even really planted in a position that he can do much with.
Great reaction from Jonah P, turning that flash, getting 2 on that CT push.
Switching sides.
And that's why he's called the Professor, Doug.
Overtime.
Is he?
I think that's what the P stands for.
Did you just make that up?
I don't think so, man. He's schooling these kids in the server. We've seen it. All from this first blood. Later. That's a huge kill.
Oh, it's massive.
That's the first time we've seen Leaf off on this map as well in this series.
To bust that out in OT
Perfect timing.
is just
Look at
bold.
Superman with a judge. Oh no, we've seen this before.
Remember, it was 3 kills he got, almost in this exact same place with the judge.
And you know what? Something crucial. He's not smoking it this time on purpose.
There's no way that nobody would expect that. You wouldn't
Wants
expect them
them
here.
Yeah,
Yep.
he wants them to walk in. Let's see though if G2 still decide to use utility to clear this close left corner. Oh, and this is
Patient with it. The crosshair there. And the shells cause problems. He's got a TP, or is he going to stay and take the fight? Tries to get out, and he does so just in the nick of time. 30 HP, and he gets away with murder.
Isn't that crazy? And that's why EG picked up Superman on this Omen roll. So aggressive. So sneaky, he gets out.
Dude, most players, they get out after their first. He stays, somehow gets away. I don't know how he's done it.
Looks like EG overthinking it a little bit here. No info on the A side of the map.
Or anywhere on the map, really. G2 of Kanois.
Yeah, and this Viper util. This
30
is
seconds left.
why the Viper is chosen by G2. They're able to feint this A pressure with that wall and orb up.
But Jogamo not falling for it.
Early
See the
fault line.
spit come out. The flick onto Ned is gorgeous. You got the dart. They're going to have to try to deal with Jogamo satcheling back. 70 HP. Jonah P waiting on the other side of the pillar as he continues to swing out. Continues to take the fight their way. EG take the lead back.
Full control of that round from start to finish.
Switching sides. Match point.
G2 missing their timing there. Waiting a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Nature able to get his fault line back up and rotate there in time to B site.
Well, and Jogamo never left either. It was,
Yeah,
it was
what a
perfect.
shot. And when he's doing stuff like this with satchels, you know he's on point.
10.
Look at that util, man.
Fucking go.
Y'all heard nothing, all right? He didn't say anything.
Let's flip and go.
Yeah, it's a family-friendly show here.
If EG is aware this time.
Remember, he was the one who controlled the middle of the map in the previous round, or in the previous round, he had the op, was able to apply some of that pressure, take care of, I believe it was Apoth.
You know what's so insane to me?
Tell me.
Is that EG has done this A default, I think, almost every single round besides like bonus round. If it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, they don't get the info on the op.
Oh my gosh!
What an entry from Job! The awareness! He read right into that, Doug.
They had no idea he was there. That was purely reactionary.
He read right into that. Understanding somebody else broke that dog. There could be a guy there.
What an opener for
There.
EG. Can G2 respond? Still a bit separated. 3 members A, though. And they're only getting closer together.
And look, that kill allows Apoth to start his shenanigans in mid again.
And that's why you see Net so far back. Look at his positioning.
He's waiting for the top mid.
You've got the cam market. The trip has been cleared.
Wow.
And is that enough to elicit a response?
Getting so much info here. He's just a human drone at this point.
I mean, Apoth is taking away every single layer to this passive defense that they had. They clear the
30
trip, they
seconds
clear
left.
the cam, and they call the rotate over to
have
B.
to
But
fight.
G2's
I got the spike.
hot to trot on it as well. It's just Ned who's here so far, but reinforcements are not too distant. Can he hold the line by himself? The one way to spam through. The suck nade not going to connect on it as Apoth tries to get the first. He does. They seem to have held the line bound, and Jonah P left alone, and they will not stand. EG take down G2 15-13 on their debut.
What a game, what a map. On G2's map pick.
Deadlock, which was obviously a ton to talk about there. You've got the Gecko to work with the 2. No duelists on the side of EG. Meanwhile, G2 convinced that Jet is the way to go. They're running the Brimmy too with the Viper.
Yeah, two definitely off meta comps on Icebox. But
Which we love
Valorant
to see.
he has looked cold on this Brim. Even in the last series that they played against Crew, he was looking dominant. And look at how much value this early wall gets. You're gonna get so much info when they start breaking it.
And it's gonna, I mean, it's gonna take a while, right? You don't have the weapons to spam it down quickly. You've just got pistols and knives. So
Yep.
think about it. We're 30 seconds into the round. They haven't made it very far.
It's super oppressive. There's so many traps and so many flashes on the field right now.
The dash forward from Leaf, the spam out onto Superman. He tries to
Great
land
molly.
the shots. He was lit up, and it did not matter. Superman with the opener, 20 HP as he goes for a second dip.
Look at this timing from Jaw.
And he's behind him. This was borderline flawless. Superman was the only one to fall, but he got his.
And you already see off the rip the setups they have. We're gonna throw the deadlock trap right in front. Get the info that there's multiple players there breaking it. Protocol, one way goes up for a Superman. Molly goes back yellow. Easy kills with the classic there. It takes what, 2 shots to get a kill?
Yep.
And then Jogamo just sitting there, wrapping all the way around. You're gonna see really good setups here, I'm telling you, on the sides of EG.
We'll see what else they show. You can't imagine they deviate from their plan too much here, given that G2 isn't going to have a ton to fight back with. Same wall as we saw in the previous round. This time a little bit of exploring from G2 confirms that there is a turret watching the middle of the map.
Very quiet.
And Suman's holding this tight angle. Wonder how much more space they can find up.
It seems like APOP is aware though that they could be lurking around this kitchen area because Jogamo is already trained on that angle. He's not giving anything.
Oh, he's about to have to deal with what's on the other side. Oh, the timing.
Oh.
They've gotten in the kitchen. Does Jog know? Yes, he does. Drops net. I don't know that he's expecting the second though. As Leaf has quietly and carefully gotten around.
Oh my gosh, he got hard swung.
What? I don't think his gun was out in the animation.
Something just clicked in his head last second. Wait, there could be a guy up kitchen.
That's just wild.
That's why this guy's on this team.
EG looking to put together another flawless round. Of course, cast her curse. But it's another round in favor of the defensive side.
Beautiful. All guns saved too. 3 Spectres, a Guardian online. Full buy from the side of G2. And that's just such a hard fight to win with a classic, Doug.
Oh, 1000%.
Enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Now, I wonder if there's going to be any adaptations already
Get my Spectre,
from the
get my
likes of
Spectre.
EG, knowing that they gave all that space to G2 up that tube area. I'll have to keep an eye on that as the round progresses. And it looks like they're already putting their KJ here. Apoth. Aggro turret to control that area, just as I said. Great adaptation already made. Trying to check G2.
You've got the 2 centers down B long as well.
Look at the setup on the B site. I know that
Yeah.
G2 is all lean towards A right now, but if they do go B late, look at these traps.
And you expect them to have a pretty strong defensive side, given that you're pushing into a double sentinel comp in Apoth and Jogamo. But I mean, even just looking at the minimap, that looks like it sucks, man. Like, where do you go?
And this is so sick from EG. They put the traps on B and already lean towards A.
Yeah. There's so much passive info. The knife just tagged 2 people A. You got a little bit of noise mid.
Oh, here comes
like
the flash play.
Leaf has to take a step back. Jogamo going forward. You mentioned it. Holding W. Apoth falls. Jogamo from up top, and now they finally find out that's where he is. It's a bit of a scrap. They drop the wall down, and they force G2 to reset.
G2 is going to run into those traps that I was talking about. But that kill in mid
30
makes
seconds left.
Superman have to rotate off. Not being able to play off these trips, but it delays.
Yeah.
Is it enough time?
There's the second.
Both traps. And now you see the value from the deadlock. Can they delay the plan? Viper Molly should be coming out anytime soon from Superman.
Another one out. You're right.
Spike down B.
Oh,
Last player
Jogamo falls. A
standing.
great response from G2.
10 seconds left.
A 1v4 for Derek. Surely too much to deal with. But you see some of the gimmicks. You see some of the plan behind deadlock. Great response from G2, though.
And had Trent not gotten that kill in mid early on, maybe Superman gets 2-3 kills there with everybody being stunned.
Yep.
Very big possibility, but just the impact of that kill alone allowed G2 to take that B long space for free. And I really liked what they did there, dropping the wall, fighting the site, not letting EG play that delay game that we know the previous roster was so well at playing, especially on maps like Pearl, Icebox. So similar in terms of spamming and delaying post plants, or delaying the plant.
Oh, it's aggressive out from Leaf.
I like this from Leaf. We're 4 rounds in and he's already using Jet to his capabilities of getting on this top mid box.
See the different positioning on the sensors from Deadlock. This time a little bit further back by Yellow. Seems like they could be able to get onto A. Pretty free though. I mean, it's just a knife and then the molly.
Is he stuck? Is he? I think he has to shoot the wall. He's stuck.
Yeah,
in
you're
mid.
right. Leaf doesn't get to play the game this round.
Sets him up for a late lurk, I guess.
All part of the plan. Valen feeling some of the damage. Chogma from up top, able to take one with him. As Nature swings back in, and there it is.
Spike down
The round
A.
is done. Leaf is left alone. There's that late flank that you were talking about.
This poor guy, I think he had to break it once his team all died.
Yeah.
But from what I said earlier, Jogamo plays this Deadlock as a duelist. He got first contact there and repositioned 2 different times, and still nobody else from his team got contact before him.
30
He got
seconds
the first blood.
And you're seeing a couple of instances now where he's playing it on the edge, right? He'll go out, he'll take a fight, and then he'll get away just with enough time to get a wall down, throw things into disarray.
And I like EG's game plan overall here. Jogamo starts B, puts the trips
10
down.
seconds left.
On his way rotating to A. He's walling off mid so that late lurk doesn't come through. They have the KJ turret or alarm bot holding that tube area. And it just allows them to have 3-4 players on the site by the time the hit comes. EG cooking with this comp.
Take a look at that one more time, and you swing out.
One enemy remaining.
Derek just continues to look good, man. He looked good map 1, hasn't really slowed down here.
Just suffocating them on the site from every angle. And Derek has this ult online, the Gecko ult. Do they use it for retake? Do they use it for aggressive info? Gotta keep a lookout for that. Jogamo one off the Deadlock ult. Tug, we might see our first Deadlock ult.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we'll see if we get it this round. Drone early, Jogmo rotating over. Holding onto the wall for now.
Oh, you hear the Brim Molly coming out. Is that for Yellow? Look at the stun!
And the spam! I mean, they've got these protocols
It's
drilled.
beautiful.
Yeah. They get the wall down, they still have a sensor up. So even if they need to, Superman can give up the space and they still have control here.
Yeah.
Poison's off.
Very wise of G2 to work up on this A space. They know that B is basically just a fortress.
Yeah, but again, so you figure out that Deadlock's util is B. You're still gonna have to deal with the KG util on the other side of the map.
Yep.
They've gotten this far. How much further can they get? Trent up in Nest.
And EG is very comfortable here of giving the site because they have this Gecko ult. This retake's going to be huge. Look, here it comes.
There's the first. We'll
How
see
many people
far
will
he
he get
can
with
miss.
this?
I don't know that it tagged anyone. It was just a little bit out of reach.
Huge kill from Trent. Doesn't get out, though. There's
Oh, there it is. Oh, net got.
Oh!
Derek's gonna take it the whole way. There's really no reason to challenge or do anything with it.
Wow. 4 on the round. Already building up to another Deadlock ult. And this is what I'm saying. He's 8-2-3. Wise early timeout from G2. Things are getting out of hand right now. These setups seem ridiculous.
Deadlock believers rejoice. You're starting to convert
Unbelievable.
the doubters, and I mean, I'm one of them, to be honest. But this looks really good on Icebox right now.
Look at this.
Really?
It's actually the perfect ult for this map because there's so many corners that you have to clear.
Yeah.
And this comp that they're running, they have so much utility to clear those corners and play the retake. There don't even be a dash on top of Yellow.
Yeah. I mean, if they do end up B here, this is a little different. Previously, we've seen some of the
Over
Killjoy
there.
utility kind of leaning A, but they have nanos on top of the sensors here. They've got their hands full with his KJ deadlock combo.
And I think this is EG's prep. Being able to see G2 play on this map previously, putting all their deadlock utility towards that B side with Superman as the anchor with these Viper mollies.
I mean, this setup is brutal, man. As soon as the sensors trip, the nanos pop off, Superman swings, and the round is over.
Yep. The only success G2 has had so far has been fighting into the B site.
And that's obviously much easier said than done when you look at the minimap. Maybe Trent can find some space.
Here.
Only person with rifle on G2 side is Net.
Poison's off.
EG is just so confident in playing this A retake. Oh, Apoth. Jiggling the tube.
There's the rifle. That was the only rifle they had. Derek gets the best of them.
It's a fake, though.
They dart back sight, but again, I mean, you have so much passive info. It doesn't matter if you necessarily bite a little bit harder on this fake because you still have all this utility. Oh, they're ahead of it, though. Wise to it already. Oh!
30 seconds left.
First one found.
Should be traded. Oh, Jogamo just barely misses him. What?
You know,
I mean, we didn't see it, but we heard it.
yeah. Didn't have to see much. You got the brimstone up, backside, Apoth sidestepping it. How much further can they get? The problem is Derek's walled off. They had to clear the wall for him to finally be able to join in. Still has some util. And they're gonna swing out right onto it. Derek getting the kill onto Leaf. Nature and Apoth, the only two that stand. Not a ton of health between the two either. Time short.
Should be a save.
Yeah.
What a great round from Leaf.
And they, I mean, we've been talking a lot about Deadlock and how good she seems and how they're doing really cool stuff with her. But that's one of the problems. When people talk about Deadlock, they go, oh, well, you can just slow walk the sensor.
It's not guaranteed info.
Right, exactly.
It's not guaranteed.
And there you see, that's a perfect example of that.
Yep. Just that second timing that Leaf took.
Damn.
Honestly, that was a huge first blood from Derek there.
Yeah.
On top screen. But Leaf, just finding that timing, doing so much damage. He hit everybody. He hit all 5 members with 3 kills.
That's a big round.
Really stepping it up for his team. And good ults online now from the likes of G2. So although they're losing 4-2, they've been focusing on building those ults. Maybe they can snowball from this point on.
Blocking movement.
Early wall, op online.
What is this? The deadlock op. Ranked is going to be very fun after this game.
You wonder here too if EG are kind of leaning into the false sense of security that G2 may have. You know, they figure out, wait, we can just slow walk the sensors. Now you're gonna have to deal with an op on the other side, and there it is, value found.
Spike down.
Leaf on the
B.
trade though.
1-for-1 usually leans for their attacker's side though.
Poison orb emitting.
Now they don't have to worry about this deadlock utility on the B hit.
I mean, this is a painfully quiet round up until this point.
I want to point out, EG is so smart for not over-rotating to B here.
Yeah.
Because that's the expected reaction, right? Your deadlock dies. The op is down. You saw 2-3 people towards B. Look at Fought. It just confirms it. Superman pushing all the way through B, getting the info. They're so confident this is an A hit right now. What can they do?
Yeah, you've got the KG Util holding mid, and that's going to allow Apoth to rotate over to A early. Derek with the flash confirming there is at least one.
You should 30 seconds left.
The lockdown's there. Are they going to be able to find their way out? Nature surely is not. You've got Derek and Apoth who are playing just on the edge of it too. Should be able to find. You've got Derek and Apoth who are playing just on the edge of it too. Should be able to find safety, but there's a flank out from Superman. There's a flank out, but it seems like Ned is ready.
Taking his time, though, is very, very, very smart from Superman.
Timing is everything.
Is he going to clear this?
Who's more patient?
The half clear again. Just so unlucky today, it seems like.
Been a problem a few times.
Yeah.
Derek and Apoth still have a shot at this, so 2v3. They've got some util they can play with.
Early molly out.
Yeah, making sure there's no playing on the other side of that box. Wingman is off.
Uh-oh.
Wingman's
Not halved.
Wingman's dead, just like that. You're right, not able to get it halfway across the finish line. Apoth has taken so much damage. Derek has to play a little bit aggressive here. Tries to isolate. The fight's not able to connect onto the second.
Wow.
Apoth is not around for long. That's another round in favor of G2.
Been Us pro players, we call that the forbidden triangle setup. You got one on belt, you got one close gen, you got one 410. The triangle.
Please tell me that's actually what it's called.
Yeah, we do call it
Forbidden
that.
triangle.
Yeah, the forbidden triangle. And you know what was crazy is we're putting the KJ ult down, but we're not waiting. You know, we're going early and catching them off guard. So the mind games from G2 are already playing a factor into this game.
Interesting buy on both sides. You hear the blades online for Leaf. He's gonna have to get through the pit and the wall and the sensor.
And they see this and they're like, yep, I'm good.
Forget it.
I'm good.
We'll try this side.
We might try to flip here.
Derek has his ult again.
Late drone, perhaps, from Jonah P. Into this one.
What? Derek does not have his ult available in this round anymore. Oh, that's a good flash.
Flash, but no committed kill there.
No, but it was close. You see Drogma is now trying to join in on the fray. Maybe get a kill. These spams with the sheriffs proving to be a problem.
And EG just play off of each other so well there. Three different people peaked at different times, but the perfect times.
There's so many smokes here. The knife is going to tag a little bit. They have to take a step back. Trent is really far up, and he's by himself. Will they leave him here? 45 seconds left in the round. There's plenty of time.
What a mid-round right now.
They make a ton of noise to suggest they're leaving, trampling their way B. And then there's silence.
EG very smart, though. Not biting on any of these feints
No.
that G2 have thrown so far.
And this is not off utility. This is up close and personal. Trent waiting on the other side of it. He has to jump spot and try to clear both. APOS with 3 on the round. The Sheriff doing work.
Oh, so close.
Still fumble left. He's going to have to take a step back.
He has ult.
Reload.
He has ult. And he's out.
Planted.
And the flake's coming in.
To it. They're going to have to take the fight to them. They're stuck on the site. They have no choice. Superman on the flank. Just a stinger. Is that going to be enough? They know where Ned is. He's dropped him. Another clutch moment from Superman. He does it again.
The clutch king. Huge round for EG. A dodgy buy. Being down numbers. Not biting on any of the feints.
And there were plenty of them.
And let's talk about this rookie APOP getting 3 1-Deags in that round. 3 Deagle kills.
Terminated.
There's the first for the Red Bull clutch for EG. They played
Beautiful.
that. I mean, they played that
Enemy
so
remaining.
well.
So many clutch moments from this team so far. Talk about 9 and 5 opting on the deadlock again.
1 away from his ult. No concern mid here. No presence mid at all. The early knife, they get Jogama on an aggressive angle.
How's APOP up here?
APOP just joined him. What a
Oh my
flash.
gosh.
Here.
Duelist KJ now.
They just decide to turn it on in a couple of these rounds.
Spike down.
Derek gets the
B.
kill. Look at how far up that wall is.
Did he get a spam kill through the mid smoke?
He's so far up. Net falls. Trent maybe finds something special there. He does. He's gone so far up undetected, but if they don't find any room to work B, it's not going to matter. Leaf with high ground, able to take care of Superman. Numbers advantage in favor of the defense, so.
Oh, the timing.
Spike, scooped up. Leaf creeping forward, spots Derek.
Last player
Is that enough for the rotate to come through?
What is Derek on right now? I'm not even seeing any of these kills, but I'm just hearing 1 bullet at a time. And he's just getting headshots.
He's efficient.
He's online right now.
The destroyed trip should confirm where Trent is. No armor.
Does he invest the Viper ult in this 1v3? That's the question.
1v3 with no armor and 76 HP.
He does.
Question answered.
Huge round here if Trent wins.
42 HP now. The potential to do it on his own. He gets the first tries to spam out, not able to get away. A big investment there, but success for EG once more.
Yes, sir. And you know what? I think the KO is very smart there. Oh shoot. Hey, Pod, the rookie feeling himself. Trying to get in the heads of G2. I like it.
Hey, up 3 rounds. You're dealing with the deadlock. KJ on the other side.
Oh,
When Derek is feeling it like that,
One enemy remaining.
look at that.
right.
This little pixel.
I mean, we might see the
Swing it right.
Derek of
All
old.
right. Nice.
I got him.
This team is so fun to hear.
Op still in hand. This time a little bit of focus mid.
They're aware of Jogamo opping in the bottom mid area. Repositions.
He has his ult back.
I can't wait to see this ult. Derek has been an absolute menace on this side of the map. The flash connects on
hits
both.
two.
And that allows Nature to creep up here. Is G2 aware of this push? He might be able to find a crazy timing.
Once again, the cutting of noise, the
So
introduction
patient.
of doubt.
So patient is Nature, not overextending.
The silence and the starving of information.
Very smart right here. Nice bait and switch that's going to go on. Derek's going to get first contact if they walk through the main.
They're headed right to him.
How many will Nature get is the question.
I mean, he can just let him walk by.
Look at G2 just...
Oh, it's
Nancy, they're selling a fake here.
again.
But
Remember, they
Nature's
tried
getting
this
all
at the
info.
beginning of the round.
Nature should get all the info here and call it's a fake, but the rotation's already coming in from the likes of
30 seconds
EG.
left.
Nature, his moment to strike is
Huge
now.
kill.
But again, it's only one because the rest of the pit is intended B. Leaf finding the space to get the spike out onto the site. It's going to be planted, courtesy of Net.
And Superman trying to get ahead of that timing, but barely off. A second too late on that one-way. Gets punished by Leaf.
Placing swarm grenade.
Dumping some of the utility at the foot of the spike. And Knife confirming there's nobody close by. Jogamo with ult, with op.
Beautiful.
Back yellow's already confirmed. There's the alternate tag. Oh my goodness, what a shot from Leaf. Derek has already started to defuse. He has to take a step back for just a moment. He's the only one left up. And the barrage of utility from G2 was just too much.
Great post plant. Great post plant. And that's all off the likes of Leaf again at that B site.
Yep.
Besting Superman in these 1v1s. And I like the idea. I like the idea from Superman. Realizing that it is a fake. A second sooner, and that might be a whole different round,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
That one-way pops up before Leaf sees him. He's able to cross to yellow. Get a couple off those deadlock trips.
Nice.
Let's go, boys. Keep playing this fucking game.
Oh, man. It's a lot of aggressive energy from both teams that they practice moments like these. Here you go. This might be one of the first rounds we've seen KO towards the B side of the map off the rip.
Yeah,
The
I
likes
think
of
you're right.
EG. Early dagger here. Jogamo taking that aggro space.
Leaf was tagged. So he's not able to take an early peek and dash away or anything like that. Meanwhile, Jogama, as you were just mentioning, aggressively creeping forward. He's gonna find a timing on the drone, but Valen was there. He was ready. He had his back. Great response from the leader.
Great fundamentals.
It looks like Nature's gonna try his hand at this as well. Has a sheriff.
Just creeping up, trying to get info. I think Nature spotted Sova there. And Leaf just loves this close angle.
There's a lot more than just Sova on the other side of this.
Yeah.
But it seems like that's enough for EG to have seen and call for the rotate. Derek has made his way over. Leaf already dashing back sight. No one back yellow. There is a little bit of resistance, though. Waiting on the other side of the wall, and that Brimhold is perfect.
How's he
5
alive?
HP. Derek gets the best of Valen. Superman ultimately falling. Leaf playing in the smoke. What a rat. Peeks out.
Oh
Gets
my
the kill onto
gosh.
Derek. It's perfect. The timing is methodical. It's flawless. Now Nature and
30
Apop
seconds
left
left.
alone. The Phantom's still in the hands of the KJ. It's going to be a late push towards mid. I know that you're going to get enough room to work with. And a 2v4 like this, there's no flank. There's nothing like that. It would have to be ridiculous.
Here.
Weapon scooped up. Do they go for this? They've waited a little while. It seems like they're going to try their hand at it. Apop lit up. They both fall.
So
That's another
hard.
round for G2.
That's so hard to play against. 5 rounds is looking pretty good for the likes of G2 against a deadly defensive comp.
A double sentinel.
Double Senti.
Yeah.
Honestly, triple if you count Viper. I feel like Viper is basically a Sentinel. Let's be honest here.
Sure.
Drone.
Take a look at it one more time once again. Well,
Of course, Derek gets a headshot wallbang.
yeah, spam through
Enemy
smoke.
remaining.
You know what we're finally seeing, Doug?
Nice, let's go.
We're finally seeing the Leaf that we saw last year. The GOAT.
Yeah,
The
he's getting more
Destroyer.
comfortable.
He's 12 and 7. I'm pretty sure his headshot rate has to be through the roof right now. He's been beaming this half. This is why G2 picked him up.
This feels a bit more aggressive as far as where some of this utility is from EG. And you've got the the alarm bot further up. You've got the turret further up. We've talked about this wall a couple of times, B, but it seems like they're a little bit more intent on pushing aggressively.
G2 right now just trying to bait out utility.
They've waited out the wall. They've cleared the turret. Apoth is going hunting.
Looks like he is.
He's by himself. And Trent seems like he knows. There's no flash over the top. There's nothing like that. You've got Valorant close by.
And this whole round has been set up to feint this B pressure.
Wow. Leaf is up by
my
himself.
gosh.
Oh, he's up by himself. Derek gets a kill, but it seems like he's gotten past the Viper wall. He's going to get away.
If he had gotten that kill, all of G2 are ready to just book it.
Meanwhile, there's another fight mid.
30 seconds
Apoth
left.
waiting. Valen dead. A 5v3
Great net.
VG. It's perfect. Jonah P falls to swing out
he
from there.
overheats.
It was so close. Net gets the best of him. Invest the ult. They're so paranoid of another flank that Nature's still looking back in spawn.
They're gonna spam him here?
Gonna try. They're not gonna get the spike down. It's too little too late.
7-5 half.
Switching sides.
Derek online right now. 13 and 7. Leaf 12 and 8.
I mean, this kill was
30
nuts.
seconds left.
And you know what? I don't blame Leaf for going for these plays because
One enemy remaining.
honestly, half the rounds they won on attack were because of him going for stuff like that.
Yeah, a
the
little
contact jet
misdirection.
plays.
Yep.
Which I think was a great adaptation that G2 made. Because like,
A 7-5 half in favor of EG. We're going to throw it down to Uber, Brendan, Sideshow, and Bala to talk a little bit about Deadlock's utility. Bala was talking about how he the Sideshow was talking about how he really likes this Deadlock on attack. We'll see if he's able to find any success with it. You're already seeing some of the dizzy combos. Nothing found yet.
and if you're G2, you do not want EG to get the bomb down because of those 3 mollies, because of the Deadlock ult. All the utility that they have, you have to disrupt these hits.
There's so much to navigate. You see the defensive killjoy utility towards A. That's where the spike is headed for now.
Nature holding onto his knife still. Just creeping up. I like these contact plays on A site. Apoth on the rope as well for backup.
They're quiet with it, but there's help here. G2 have 3 members and the
Comes the
killjoy
hit.
utility. There's the first clear. Jogamo died on the opposite side of the map. They're trying to strike simultaneously on opposite sides, and there it is.
Wow.
The trap has been sprung.
Down A.
Clip runs dry there for Trent. Apoth up in heaven,
Last
48
player
HP.
standing.
It's just Superman now.
Crucial kill from Valen there. Nice setup from G2. And that's what I was speaking about. Disrupting the
30
hit.
seconds left.
Wall comes up, utility comes up, trades everywhere. Poor Gecko dies, planting the bomb.
Things you hate to see.
Poor guy, man.
Superman does have full armor.
10 seconds, though.
Yeah, not a ton of time.
You get to see him get shocked right
10
here. Oh,
seconds
no.
left.
Oh, it whiffs. He has a chance. Valen low.
I mean, it's a slim chance, but there is a chance at it. He only gets one.
You just never know when this guy's in the server.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Valen's gonna get the defuse. That's now 3 points towards his ult. That's a big round for G2.
For the party.
Yeah, and just a nice setup, nice contact play. I liked what EG was cooking up, but the trades ultimately came through for G2. Maybe the utility wasn't as good as it could have been after they broke that Killjoy Molly on the site for the actual hit. Maybe a knife.
Maybe
Something
a
would have been
knife.
good on
Yeah.
the actual hit.
Yeah.
Make sure that Viper wall doesn't go up.
We'll see what they do here on the side of EG. It's just a ghost in the hands of Apoth. What do G2 have?
Heavily relying on Leaf to anchor this B side. Quite the
Yep.
difference compared to EG, who had Superman there
Yeah.
close to the half.
He's got the Bulldog. He's been tagged. There's the challenge.
Beautiful.
And I mean,
yeah.
you have to force the swing there, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know
Yeah.
that you tag the jet. probably have a better gun, but you try to punish.
It's just a gun diff at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Not much you can do there, but there's always a chance. If they get that kill and he doesn't dash out because he got knifed, that could open up the entire map again, right? So you got to go for it, like you said.
Starting to hear some of the rotations come through as G2 cleans up EG in flawless fashion.
Very clean round.
We're tied yet again.
Huge round here. Valen getting close to that Brim ult. Nobody really close for ults on the side of EG. Just kind of going through the motions in that eco round.
Enemy kill.
That is 2 first bloods there for Leaf at that B area. We'll see if they decide to switch his positioning up this this round. Still at B, on top of yellow this time. Looks like he has a really good read of how Jogamo likes to play this side of the map.
A little bit of space taken from Jonah
This
P.
is really aggro
Yeah, and
from a Sova.
it seems like they want to keep going too. Look, Valen over his shoulder. They've taken some of this space.
And I like that. Leaf just doesn't like what he sees there. He's like, I'm going to back off. Let me play some spam. Got the KJ Molly to delay. Plant.
Or picked up for Derek. A little bit closer to having that ult on mine. Spike's not even in hand right now. EG are just wanting to feel things out, see if they catch anything. Meanwhile, that aggression defensively from
Super aggro.
yeah, Asa just keeps coming. You're forcing them, you're corralling them and funneling them B.
What a shot from Derek. Wins the 1v1 on Leaf. And this opens up a lot of options for EG.
Where do they go with him? Look at how,
Look at Apop.
yeah, he's been so patient.
They're going to come back. He heard the rotate.
30 seconds
This all
left.
stems from that kill, Doug.
Can Net cut things off at least a little bit?
Oh, Derek too aware.
Yeah, he's got to know. He's got a Vandal too. Cleanly
Too
dealt
clean.
with.
The third.
Spike planted. Last
Valen and
player
Jonah P
standing.
left alone, and it's now
Wow.
just Jonah P in 1v5. It's a great response from EG.
And it all stems from that pick that Derek got onto Leaf, all the way in the back of B. Opens up the entire map. Makes G2 be loud about the rotate. Apop, not scared to take that space back from G2 and challenge if they are there, ultimately. And then, I mean, Derek doing Derek things, killing 2 more people in mid. That should be traded 100%.
Oh, for sure.
That's what happens when you go up against the likes of a player like Derek, who's mechanically very, very talented.
So EG take the lead back,
Gecko Wall online that quickly, Doug. That quickly.
and it's early.
Look at that.
Sit down.
And you mentioned how aware Derek was there to clean that up. Net may have had a timing.
3 HP. You guys can have him.
Up in the hands of Leaf. Still playing top yellow.
He's been solo B, I think, almost every single round so far. So nothing really changing from the likes of G2 setup.
No. We're going to get to see this Jogamo Leaf duel again.
Yeah, this time Jogamo really pushed up behind the box. So if Leaf is aware of this. It's not an angle that you usually pre-aim. Oh,
That was close. Jogamo now starting to
taking
creep
his timing
forward.
now. Oh, this is so crazy. It's a game of centimeters.
Oh,
Oh, it's so tense. Procs the dash, lands the shot. Meanwhile, on the other side, the ult has been used. The space has been taken. They should be able to get the spike down.
And this is
Valen is ult. There it is. That's going to delay for a little bit longer. Meanwhile, G2 seems like they're going to send a couple across the middle of the map and maybe hit a late flank. Superman wise to it.
Poor guy.
Fails his mission. They've made 2 attempts now at committing to getting the spike down.
You want more?
Maybe
Here's
third
more.
time's the charm.
so much delay utility from G2.
Ult got picked back up. They finally managed to get the spike down.
How do you retake this, Doug?
And you've got numbers, but it's still a big ask. You're right. Valen has no smokes. You still have the wall you can play around.
Here's the opening.
Nature trying to snap onto Ned, and he cannot. G2 cracks this thing wide open.
Beautiful.
I don't know that his fit's going to be enough to pull this one off.
Yeah, this is a save. This is
Yeah.
a save.
You let this one go.
And EG actually doing the same strat as pistol round. That was the whole idea. Giacomo, lurk up B, 4-man hit on A. This time, G2 not playing on the actual site, but still delaying that plant for so long.
Yeah.
And Leaf besting Giacomo again at that B side of the map.
Oh, yeah.
Bye-bye.
And that retake is gorgeous.
Remaining.
And you got to think maybe Giacomo has to play this B side of the map a little bit more patient because
Sure.
Leaf so far has had his number. Maybe he thought Leaf was already rotated off.
I mean, he was plenty patient.
He was.
He waited a while, but you're right, it just wasn't enough.
When you're in those positions where you have to lurk though, you have to wait for your team to do something on the other side of the map.
Sure.
Had he had waited a split second longer for that Gecko wall to come out, maybe he hears Leaf fall off of the B line. Maybe Leaf will peek into him then and he's ready, dialed in on his crosshair to get the kill on him.
Nature's used his ult. He
Look at
pushes
Valorant.
away at A.
Great Gecko flash,
Not able to find anything yet. That's a deep wall.
but the Viper Molly on the bomb.
Jonah P has to wait on the other side of it. You start to see the spam to try to clear it out. From up top, managing to survive the opening shot of the op. A 3v3. Spike's still not planted. They might flip this. Superman's gone exploring.
They don't have
I don't know
bomb,
that they
Doug.
can. Yeah, it's too
What a
far
shot.
up. Jonah P's clean with it. And now you have a fight on two fronts yet again. Can Superman find the timing? Can he find the space? Surely he's not expected here.
I love this from Superman, Doug.
But does nature creep forward to draw some attention, create some space for Superman to take?
He has to.
There's the first
Player
swing. It doesn't
standing.
connect, and now
30 seconds
you've got to
left.
understand that there's likely a flank. Trent trained
Did he see him?
on the angle. Takes a little bit of
Yes,
damage. They're both weak.
Great Molly. Can he make it to B in time? Ops to stay.
15 seconds left. I don't know that he really had much of a choice. He still has to deal with the 1v2. They're both very weak. 42 and 50 HP.
Surely not.
He's got plenty of armor.
Oh my gosh.
He's got plenty of time. No utility. Guns on the other side. Trent,
Great jiggle from Trent.
the first leg shown.
Wow.
And Leaf cleans it up.
Oh. What a jiggle.
That was perfect.
Shows him an elbow. Baits out the shots. Leaf already knows what to do from that point on and saves the op into this round. And EG, they look good on their sight hits, but not able to get that bomb down. Maybe need to plant in a different spot. Maybe plant more in the open where that Viper Molly isn't landing on default.
The retakes have also looked really nice from G2.
Very confident in the retakes.
Wow, nice try, nice try.
TNT.
They sound like us out there.
Yeah, and TNT.
NT.
Leaf still with op, 1 point away from Blades. And they've won, G2 have won 4 of the last 5. You're starting to see perhaps some of the cracks of this comp and its lack of efficacy on the attack side.
Beautiful setup.
Perfect.
Straight down to the smoke on the orb. The whole idea is if the Gecko Flash comes out from Rafter, ooh, he can't be seen.
Jonah P using the ult. Our little guy was on solo mission there.
Enemy remaining.
Basically just delivered the bomb to
Yeah, there we go. You hang on to this. G2 with the 2-round lead, and they're just continuing to roll.
That was a great first blood. I'm gonna break it down again. That smoke, the whole point of the brim smoke on the orb was to deny Derek's Gecko Eye from seeing him. Allows him to get pushed up in the aggro spot. We break the turret for our teammate. We get the first blood. Beautiful. Beautiful setup for Leaf there. And this is what we see G2 do so much with their previous duelists, whether it was Saya, whether it was Tex, setting them up for success.
Yeah, they did that really well there.
So important to do that. Leaf finally having an amazing performance.
I mean, he's gone aggressive again, eh? Very reminiscent of what we just saw.
That's that conditioning that deep smoke on the orb.
This time Jonah P's up with him. This is a really nice defensive setup from G2. You've got the alarm bot mid, you've got aggressive space past 410A, and because of that, you can lean 3B.
What?
I don't know how or where that shot came from.
So Jonah P has been playing that spot quite a bit in Nest that sees the Heaven walk up.
Sure.
So I don't know if Apoth saw that in a previous round and pre-aimed it or he just flicked them, but huge first kill for them.
I'll see if we get that on the replay.
Here's the reaction for
Want to go
G2.
mid. Superman's there.
Perfect.
Him and Apop locking this area of the map down. Leaf and Trent with plenty of money.
What a cool flash.
No real teammates to work with. The wall's going to keep him back. Trent drops the first. Still a 2v4.
Oh, surely Leaf heard the step in kitchen.
I would think so.
Yeah,
Yep.
he did.
That op is staring right at it.
Still so tough for Leaf here.
They're just so heavily outnumbered.
Yeah, this has got to be a save.
Yeah.
Honestly, if he can just get out with the op, that's a W for G2.
Yeah, I don't know that Trent has the
He's
same.
going for it.
A shorty.
Oh!
Ill-advised. They both fall. Yeah, they have plenty of money. It'll be fine, but a huge round from Apop to keep this thing close.
And I speak so much about fundamentals. We get the first blood on the side of EG. What do you do after that? You already have your massive players towards the B side.
more?
Oh, just
Saw a knee. Is that what that was?
yeah. But this right here, this replay, so aware, EG, that G2 is going to want to try to even the numbers, try to
Make a play.
get even again, right? They
Yeah.
have to make a play and just
Yep.
waiting for that aggression, punishing both of them and not going down.
We'll see here what they do on the attack side. Jogamo has his ult online. I believe this is the first of the attack side.
Revealing area.
See what ideas they have with it.
This smoke just causes so much doubt in the minds of EG. Is there a guy pushed up? Is there a guy in that smoke trying to finesse us? Now they know, but having to risk your body to get that info is always rough. Look, they're still worried about it.
They still have plenty of time to work with, to be fair. Apop has his ult. Superman does too.
Sound sensor up.
What is the setup here?
I think Jaw will be using this ult on the hit.
I think Nature's waiting for his knife too.
Let's see if they make the adaptation of changing the plant spot.
Nature's knife on mine. There's the flash.
Viper ult comes out in reaction. Does that?
Oh, it didn't hit.
Oh, it whiffs.
Fallon trying to find
So
some
much
safety.
utility.
There's nowhere to go, but he somehow manages to dodge all of it without taking any damage.
And this is a very deep KJ ult.
He's gonna creep forward.
Oh my gosh.
Is he gonna get the timing? Gets one, gets the second! Fallon not able to get on the third, but the damage has been done. He's bought the time. They get the spike down. Numbers in favor of G2. And Op in a situation like that, that's gonna be tough to find value with Superman creeping forward. Pit still in play.
This wall too. Does it block him? Does he have to jump over it? No, it
Gone
just comes
now.
down.
Are you expecting Derek here? No. No, you're not. Oh, he's not able to get the second. A 2v2 as the spike ticks away. There's not a lot of time for this. If they're going to do something, they've got to do it now.
Wow.
The fadeaway, leaving Net by himself, having
Look
to
at
take
the
the fight into the sensor. It will not be found. We're tied at 10.
Giacomo placed that sensor at the start of the round and
Yeah.
gets value with it that late. So clean. Different layers, able to fall back, aware of his utility like that. Derek, another ult online.
I mean, this play from Valorant was
I know.
massive.
And honestly, he did as much as he could in that
Yeah,
moment.
he really did.
That's ideal for you. You getting 2-1 right there. Should have been an easy retake.
As like a last desperation attempt, for sure.
Go, Jaw.
And I don't know who Superman killed there in screens, but maybe a little bit of a fumble from the side of G2.
We're right back into the action. We're already seeing some of this early aggression from EG towards B. They get the sensor down. They know the op is on this side of the map.
Cool op skin. Must say.
Tarek has his ult online.
Dope. Oh, he gets
Not
him with it.
landing. Is there a challenge?
Too scared to peek. Good orb up. This guy needs to get out of here right now. Run,
I
brother.
mean, he's trying.
Run.
Manages to find safety and solace around the wall.
If that was any other character than Jet, you have to
Oh,
crouch
1000%.
walk your way all.
Yeah, 1000%. I mean, all these rounds just feel so tense. Think about how much time has elapsed, and we're still in a 5v5 setting.
Yeah, Op already rotated all the way.
Apoth is really far up, but Jonah P gets that kill. You imagine that's the lurk, and now you can turn attention towards B. But you've got the ult that's gone out. You've got the wall that's cutting off things back
30
in
seconds
Snowman,
left.
making things really difficult. But Jogamo having to push forward.
He doesn't
He's
get punished for this, though.
No, he's been funneled into the fight. Superman's there to help him. Jonah P on the trade. Nature should be able to get the spike down with no real challenge.
Super has to go huge here.
Does Jonah P have an angle here? This ball has been up a long time.
What is going on? He just walks through the orb.
A 2v2. Nature was detained, but bought his time and he's been patient. He hasn't moved at all. Both from up top. Jonah P with 4 on the round.
on it.
He gets it. The ace from Jonah P.
The professor.
I mean, I'm starting to believe the name now. The eye by power ace from G2 at just the right time.
Ace.
Very quick shout out. You got to follow Eye by Power on socials. They'll be giving away a PC every single time an ace happens. Go ahead and tweet at them. Hashtag unlock your ace for an opportunity. And if you win, make sure you let Jonah P know.
Remaining.
Now for my ult is
Send him
ready.
your thanks. That was a filthy round. Oh, he's playing to the crowd now.
He looks comfy up on that stage,
Yeah.
man. And Superman,
They're up really far on this barrier.
2 new players opping right now. Jogamo op on the board, Net and op on the board, cycling these things.
Are they going
And that
to go
allows
aggressive?
Leaf to go aggro, yep.
Yeah, are they going to go aggressive B here?
First time they've done this, by the way.
Oh, they're just waiting. They're ahead of the knife. Yeah, they're ahead of it. They don't know, but Jogamo still hits a shot. The Hunter's Fury as Valen tries to find his timing, gets a kill onto Nature. And once again, the round thrown into disarray.
Scanning ahead.
Here's the reaction, Doug. Taking fast mid control.
And
Runs
Apop
through
finding
the
value
smoke.
with it. Trent trying to trade it back, and he cannot. Apop continuing to impress.
I don't know why Valen just walked through the smoke like that. He had all the info. One about broken in mid.
Planted.
There it is.
Shout out Wingman.
The little guy finally got it down.
Numbers in favor of EG. Jonah P's weak. Net has the op. You imagine you just try to save it here.
Oh, this is huge.
Player standing.
Wow.
Yeah, that should decide the round.
What a round from Apop, man.
Again, man, like he continues to step up in these big moments.
This player has been making the right decisions reactionary.
Yeah.
It's just been
Every
sick
time.
to watch every single time. And you know, yeah, he gets punished sometimes, but he understands that he has to take that timing in that small window that he has, right? Because if he doesn't, the round's over and you just lose. It's very nice having a player like that on your
Can
team.
that save the op? They know where he is now. The money's not great for G2. This is big.
KJ diff?
We're not going to get to see it, are we?
KJ diff?
Can he dance around and stay alive? Oh, he doesn't get it!
I mean, that's tough, man. You go for the no scope. No scoping in Valorant is very hard.
I mean, no real choice there.
Yeah, you had to.
And so now G2 call a timeout. The money's not great.
Perfect first blood. And I thought Jonah P was going to get tremendous value with that Sobol.
I thought so too. Between the Sobol and Valen in an aggressive
Yep.
position. But just not the case. Yeah, you see the money there for this side of G2. It's not great.
Thanks right now.
Yeah.
Who's going to make more, Doug?
Or who'll make the last one even, yeah.
There you go.
Just pistols for G2, light armor on 3 members, but imagine most of the conversation was on what's going to take place in the following round. And for EG, if you're in this position, you just want to get through this as cleanly as you can. Save all the weapons you can.
Yeah.
It sets you up really nicely.
I think if I'm EG here, I'm trying to build this KJ ult. I know that the buy for G2 is dodgy.
Yeah.
I want to farm these orbs. But he's on an island over here holding for the aggression. Which is fine, you know, safe play. They do have the KO ult. Will they invest it into this anti-eco?
Again, I would think they want to get through this with investing as little as possible.
That would be ideal. And just stack up your ults and just go for broke on the last round. Get the dub. Obviously, you got to win this one first, though.
Right. You know, you mentioned how much an attack side off would slow down the rounds, and Dre, it feels like they've been pretty slow as
You
it
see
is.
it, huh?
But yeah, you're seeing it in full display here.
No one is. Even backside of A.
Yep.
Trent is just jiggling her after. No one's there, though, but
30 seconds left.
Well,
KO ult invested. Double lurk in mid. The KJ turns down. This is clinical.
they've managed to slip the net. Net's going to fall.
Wow.
There's a late flank out from Valorant, but it's just not enough. Leaf with 60 HP, trying to get some high ground. Jonah P down low. Too many
people to
targets
look
to deal
at.
with, but Apop does not care.
Oh my gosh.
Still managing to find value.
He's the truth, Doug.
He really is.
He's so good.
Trent has managed to upgrade a weapon. See Dizzy go up top. Jogmo, nice bit of HP. With the op in hand, it's all on to Leaf now. Time short, weaponry not
This
great.
is nothing.
The tap a threat. Derek potentially.
Nice.
Yeah, he should be able to get away
Great
too.
close the round. It wasn't as clean as we thought it could be, and the op is not on the field, but I do believe APOC will have enough money if they want to get an op into this round. And it looks like they're
Yeah, it
opting
looks
not
like,
to.
oh, it looks like, no, yeah, you're right, they
Across the
won't.
board. I would not be surprised here if they take early control B, give Superman an orb, give him the bomb plant with the KJ ult down, so he's safe, and the Viper pit comes out. That's what I would try to set up into this round.
Oh, I think on the side of G2 as well, you see, because of how they've managed their finances, Leaf is able to carry an op and Blades into the last. So if they do want to go B, they're going to have to get past this thing first.
And they have the utility to do so. The question is, can Leaf finesse all this utility? And the op is up, actually, from the likes of Jaw. Didn't see that. They did decide to invest it back into this round.
So much money.
But they're going to dry swing right into Leaf, I think.
That flash didn't tag.
It's off the angle. Kind of scary.
That's the second time the Dizzy's been used.
I don't know if they're ready for this now.
Oh,
The jump spot is perfect.
and the
Jogmo
swing
couldn't kill him.
behind it.
Couldn't kill
That's-
him, though.
Yeah, you're right. That was gross.
That
Really
could have been
cool
round
idea.
over right there. But look at Apoth already working the A side of the map and fought Superman. Apologies. That's my boy, you know, we're cool like that.
We've seen this approach before. A little bit of noise made B, Apop takes space A, and it really opens up the map on the attack side. But I don't think they want to end B here. Not with where that wall is, not with where that sensor is. The tension continuing to build, 30 seconds left.
You should run.
Apop with the ult.
30 seconds
KJ out
left.
should give them the sight. And if they get bombed down, Doug, we've seen how deadly this comp can be on post plant.
They're going to have to wait it out.
Here comes the delay.
But is it going to be enough delay?
Pushing Raptor.
He's so up. He's so aggressive.
It's such a huge kill.
It's 1 for 1. 13 seconds left. Spike finally scooped up,
10
and it seems like
seconds
it's going to get planted without any further
Spike
disturbance.
planted.
Superman one off ult.
Ned on the flank. Ult not finding anything. They put the sensor down, though.
Jogamo needs to go for an early kill here.
And Net needs to find value on this flank if they want to pull it off. Superman unable to land the shots onto Trent. Lee falls down to 3 on the round. There's the pit.
Oh my gosh.
Can
Are they
Valorant
wearing
move
that?
forward? There it is. Net on the flank. Superman left alone.
2 mollies.
Trying to find comfort
2 mollies and it lands perfectly.
in the pit. 7 bullets. Is it going to be enough?
They're in a blender.
He gets the first. Valen weak.
Oh my gosh.
Going to happen. The Red Bull clutch for EG as they're headed to playoffs.
Superman.
What a play.
He's so